Hey guys, William Murfitt here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the next instalment of Luke's Classic Mini. Which is there. So in the last episode, got loads of stuff done and I kind of ended it on trying to do the brake pipes. Well, that ended horribly. So I've gone out and I've ordered a new brake pipe flaring tool. It's arrived, so let's get it sorted.
I know you don't love me like you say you do.
Okay, so if you're in the market for a brake pipe flaring tool, my best advice is to not buy this one. It's suitable for lots of different sizes, and the idea of it is great. However, the actual execution of it is awful. And yeah, it's just terrible. So I've gone onto the internet and I've ordered this professional brake pipe flaring toolkit. It's an in situ one as well, so it can be done with the pipe in the car. It's pretty primitive the way it looks, but I believe it should be a much better setup. So comes in a nice box. That is the tool. It's got a stop so you can make sure the pipe goes to a certain length. And it's got a flaring tool for op 1 or op 2. Op 1 is a, let's try and get this right in my head. In fact, no, I won't. And it also came with some instructions which I've laminated because you probably can't tell, but I'm a little bit OCD about certain things. So you've got basically 3 different options. You've got a single flare, a double flare, and a din flare. So they work by doing your op 1, op 2, and then your combination of op 1 and op 2. And basically you want to try and get the matching flare to what was on there. So in this instance, I want a flare that is going to be oval shape, or sort of round at the top, flat at the bottom. So looking at the picture, I want to go for the single flare. And so it says form single flare, op 1, end of punch. And then to flare the pipe, op 1, end of punch. And then for the double flare, you then use op 2 to then fold it back over. So it should be pretty straightforward. I haven't really used this style, well, I've never used this style before, other than that absolute pile of, yep. The ones I've used in it before are in a vise. You just type into the vise, put your pipe in, and then you physically work them. I did look at that, but the prices of those compared to this are astronomical. Now I got this one here, it was second hand, and I think I paid £30 for it. They're not much more, it's sort of brand new, but you know, I just saved myself a couple of quid. You know, pennies make pounds and all that. So I need to get onto this pipe, straighten it, cut the terrible flare off of it, and then attempt to do a single flare, and then install the brakes back up. Let's get it on. Right, so there we have it. That is now the new op 1. It butts up nicely to the top, or the bottom, has a nice beveled edge on the top, and it matches the one just down here. So now I'm going to get that pipe back down and screw it in and make sure that is a nice tight fit. But I am really, really impressed with that. So I've lost it. Great tool, lost it. There you go. So yeah, that is 3/16 SAE brake pipe flaring tool, and you clamp it in. Bit of grease on the nipple. You've got a stop, and I've got op 1 up here. You should see op 2 somewhere else. And that's op 2 up there. So you kind of see the tip to see the different types of end I can get. So yeah, super happy. That pipe's done. Connect it up and crack on. Got my little apprentice here. Can you give us a wave? Right, let's get to it. Right, okay, so the new pipe is in. That flaring tool worked a treat, and using the old Union worked even better. So that composite is now mounted back to the bulkhead. We're now attached up here as well. I need to fill up the fluid, but underneath, this is what I need to do next, is sort out the rest of that hanging brake pipe and charge my torch. So yeah, that's the next job. Straighten that pipe, or bend it into the right shape, and then move on to the next job. Right, I can't leave things alone. So there's the two wires. So he's got an electric fan inside the in a wheel arch, and then there was these wires that just sort of draping all around here. So what I've done is I've cut them and I've sort of stuck them down here so they can be a little bit more neater. Now what I've also found is Luke reported on some banging noises and, you know, just sort of every now and again some really inconvenient noises that he just didn't want to hear. So I suspect this might have something to do with it. So I've got this new mini spares mount which mounts underneath. So I'm going to unscrew 2 screws. I might be trying to do one. Slide it underneath and then tighten it back up, and that will then obviously raise that mount up. And then when you screw it down, it'll actually clamp it in place. It might not do anything, but it should hopefully prolong the life of the sort of mechanism inside here, and also hopefully stop any sort of knocks or bangs. And it means it can also be tucked up a little bit higher inside that sort of companion, really. So that's the next job. So there's not really a huge deal to be able to show under the car. Firstly, for the lack of room, and secondly, for, well, not really a lot to show. But what I can just show you now is what I've done. So, the brake pipe comes down here. It loops around this panel, this sort of edge. It goes into the hook. It then shapes around this sort of floor section, and then along the bottom of the floor, along that sort of groove, there are some clamps, and the pipe goes in and then clamps down. It's all the way now down to the back, and it's smooth. It's tucked under the car, so you know, as you're driving along, you're not likely to bump it or bash it or anything, which is fantastic. Obviously, you need to still sort this, but that brake light is now done, connected at the front and the rear, and in theory, I could put the brake fluid in and bleed the whole brake system up. I'm going to hang fire just now because I've got a few other jobs I want to get sorted first. But that's another job off the list. Right, so I'm finding it very difficult to try and stick to or remain focused at least. But there's loads to be done, and I'm just trying to do little bits here and there to try and get the job sorted. So the rear brakes or rear brake pipes are sorted, the rear studs are sorted, and the driver's floor is painted. So super happy with the results so far. I guess it's time to call this video an end, and just say thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this content and the other content I put up for this channel, and you're looking forward to the future stuff as well, please consider becoming a subscriber to the channel. Give this one a thumbs up, comment down below, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.